Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Hazy here from Black Cat Comics in rockin Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you a great reason to go to black-cat-comics.com and pick up something fun to read. This week, like always, packed with fun stuff to read. Always like to start with this guy. Which issue is this? 95. That's Batman number 95. This is officially the first part of Joker War, but if for some reason you're one of the three people who's not reading Batman, it really kind of started either back in number 86 or in number 92. But either way, here's Batman number 95 with that especially cool Joker. Always a big week for Batman. Lots of this Joker War stuff to talk about, like Batman, like Detective Comics, the one that started it all. Again, you'd probably want to pick up the previous couple issues to this if you haven't been following along with Detective. Batgirl number 47. This is your first Joker War Batgirl issue. So if, again, you're one of the three people that's not reading Batgirl, you don't necessarily need to pick up the others. You can just dive right into this one. Like I say, lots of Batman, lots of Joker War this week, but this guy, latest issue of Batman Beyond, is the one I wanted to talk about. You can read more about this one in our newsletter. You know I love Batman Beyond. I'm a huge fan of Dan Jurgens, and this one has Damian in it. Always fun to see the son of Batman and the heir apparent of Batman teaming up and saving Gotham. Great title. So again, if you're one of the three people that's not reading Batman Beyond, jump into this book because it's awesome. Action Comics. It's your super book of the week. Been loving all the Bendis stuff. Been following this one and Superman. Good time to be a super fan. The Flash is a book that never needs any help from me. This one's already on your sub box. In your everybody's loving Flash, DC's TV star. Shazam, number 13. One of my favorite DC books. One of my favorite DC heroes. We don't see this book enough, so it's always fun when it comes out. Always makes it to the top of my stack. Again, if you haven't been following Shazam, and like I say, I can't blame you because it's pretty sporadic, but grab that first trade paperback and it will definitely suck you in and make you want to catch up to the recent issue. Justice League Dark. Another one of my favorite titles because I love me some Detective Chimp. Last God is your Black Label book of the week. Books of Magic is your Sandman Universe book of the week. And Amethyst is your Wonder Comics book of the week. Because, as I always say, DC does a whole lot more than just the DCU proper. Great week for the Marvel guys. Very excited about Empire. I know some folks have event fatigue, but I'm a longtime Marvel fan, so I love anything that has to do with the Kree and the Skrulls, anything that has to do with the Avengers and the FF in the same book. There's all kinds of Empire stuff this week, so just go ahead and commit. Pick up last week's number 1, grab the number 2, grab the other side books like Avengers and Fantastic Four, X-Men. Good time to be a Marvel fan. I mean, if nothing else, check out that cool Jim Chung cover. Good stuff. It's a great time to be an X fan. Wolverine number 3. Because of Marvel's sort of self-imposed hiatus, it's been a little while since we've seen a good flood of X books, but we get them this week. Everybody loves the Crazy Canadian and New Mutants, along with Hellions, are three of your main X books as part of the huge X renaissance that goes back to House of X and Powers of 10, and of course the core X-Men book. Great time to be an X fan. But X-Men Fantastic Four is my X book, of course, because you know I love the FF and I love anything with Doctor Doom on it. And much like Jim Chung, I like anything with a Dodson cover on it. Great stuff. Daredevil, another one of my favorite titles. One of my long-running favorite Marvel books. One of the most consistent titles out there, and sort of the opposite of event fatigue. If you don't like books that cross over into things and are part of the big events, then you should really be following Daredevil because it's awesome and it's totally self-contained. Amazing Spider-Man, Sins Rising. If you're 100 years old like me, you know all about the Sin Eater and the death of Jean DeWolf, one of the big comics of the 80s. Really cool to see Sin Eater coming back. He's, like I say, had his heyday back in the day, and then we never saw too much from him, so I'm real excited to check this one out. Star Wars, Dr. Aphra is your Star Wars book of the week, because I've been loving everything that Marvel's been doing with their Star Wars line. And I don't talk much about trade paperbacks, But this guy rolled out this week. This is your giant tome of the original entire run of Jack Kirby's Eternals. If you don't know much about the Eternals, if you're excited about the next big Marvel movie, whoever you are, you need to pick up this book because, well, Kirby is the king of comics for a reason, and this is one of the great things that he did on his return to Marvel back in the 70s. Love me some Eternals, and everybody's going to be talking about this book, talking about this movie. So check this out before the movie and all the hubbub. Great week for all the other guys too. Big week for the Image guys. Die number 12. It's one of Image's newer big hits. Birthright. Birthright's one of my favorite Image books. This one might be flying under your radar, but if you don't know much about it, like any Image book, grab that $1 reprint of the first issue to see why I'm always railing about this book, because it's really great stuff. Decorum. Another one of Image's new big hits. And then Bliss, along with Chew, are your first issue Gotta Have It Image books of the week, because there's always a first issue Gotta Have It Image book of the week, and you're going to want to pick these up before they're gone and they go into 8th printing and they cost you $100, like that Decorum number 1. Usagi Yojimbo number 10. This is my IDW book of the week. This guy's been getting a lot of attention lately. Just announced a Netflix show starring everybody's favorite Ronin samurai. Great stuff. I'm a huge fan of Usagi. You've heard me talk about this book many times, every time it comes out. Huge fan of Stan Sakai. This is really one of the most unique properties in all of comics. So if you're just now hearing about Usagi, pick up this issue, pick up the first trade paperback of the original stuff from Fantagraphics, pick up anything you can that says Usagi Yojimbo on it. Learn a little bit about this before the Netflix show, because like I say, it really is one of the great franchises of comics. Speaking of great franchises, here's Green Hornet number 1. Dynamite bringing back Green Hornet for the first time in a little while. Everybody loves Green Hornet. And I always say Dynamite does a great job with their licensed property stuff. Been a little while since we've seen Green Hornet coming back, so I'm very excited to see this. And Red Sonja is your other Dynamite book of the week, because like I say, I love the great job they do with their licensed property stuff. Angel and Spike, speaking of licensed property stuff, is your Boom Studios book of the week, because I love anything Whedonverse. And as I've been saying, he's taken all the Angel, Buffy, Spike stuff over to Boom Studios and started it all over from scratch. So if you're a Buffy fan like me, or if you don't know anything about it, it's a good time to be checking that stuff out. Great mix of horror and action and humor and all those great things. And The Resistance is my AWA book of the week. Been talking up a lot about these AWA guys. And this one's written by JMS, so you just can't pass up anything that says Straczynski and Diodato on the cover. And they've got lots of other great titles too, like Hotel and Year Zero. AWA is getting a lot of buzz behind it these days. And in the absence of all ages books, want to mention this is your free comic book day book of the week. This is your big Spider-Man freebie. Like every week this summer, it's free comic book Sundays. So those of you who have a curbside will have your free books already in there. Those of you who are getting your stuff shipped will already have your free books in there. If you're not making a purchase this week, book a curbside pickup for Sunday, and we'll have your free comic day books ready for you. Everybody loves some Spider-Man. Great stuff. That's all we got for you for this week. Tune in Saturday at 2 p.m. for Comic Shop Talk Live. Tune in Sunday at 2 p.m. for Hot Wheels, or Matchbox versus Hot Wheels. Go to black-cat-comics.com for all the info on these books and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.